It's been a minute since I've been on this channel doing a collective pull, and today I really felt called to do that. And I'm learning an intimate lesson this week under this Taurus full moon of coming back to myself. And I learn this all the time. In fact, my business is named after this recurring lesson of not only coming back home, but becoming home and feeling at ease in myself. And I am feeling good today. I am tired, but for context, the last couple days I've been recovering from what I think was the flu. I'm not really sure. Or just like this, it almost felt like an energetic recalibration, but definitely had flu-like symptoms. And so I was down bad over the past 2 days. And it's interesting, it was Monday of this week that I became more aware of this need to like bring my energy back to myself. And Monday I was at the office. I love being at the office. I love my community. I love the work that I do. But I found myself frustrated because I couldn't like do the things that I need to do because it seemed like everyone else. There were a lot of people that needed to do things urgently. And I am very much impacted by this in the sense that I allow myself to prioritize other people's needs instead of, the things that I set out to do every day. And I get very easily influenced and swayed by the needs of others. And that's genuinely because, one, I love being a person of service to others. That's why I do what I do. Two, maybe it's a pride thing, like I have the answers and I'm the only one that can do it, so like I do it. But I found myself being really exhausted and frustrated at the end of the day because my day that I had planned for myself got derailed because I allowed everyone else's needs to be urgent and important above mine. And I went to like a networking event. I've been trying to be more conscious about how I connect with greater community and network to bring just so I can be of service to more people and connect with more people in my community. And I got home and I was exhausted and I was frustrated, mostly at myself, no one else, just me, for like leaking my energy because I knew. I was reflecting on it on the drive home. I was like, I know that I overpoured so much, and it wasn't just the day, it's been a pattern. This is a pattern I continuously am working through. Honestly, it's the reason behind the name of this whole thing that I'm creating, my business, right? Becoming home, like coming home to myself. It is a mantra that I have to say to myself every day. I have to eat, sleep, and breathe it. And so that I made it the name of this business, this service that I offer, because I want you to remember that too. And I remember laying in bed on Monday. I hadn't done my self-hypnosis in a couple days, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it now because I need to bring my energy back. I need to call my energy back to me. And I was thinking of all of these places where like I felt my energy was leaking. And so I had to like cut those cords. I had to be like, you can't have that. You can't have access to that anymore because I need it because I'm depleted. And I woke up on Tuesday feeling absolutely run over by a truck. So it's just interesting. Like, I asked for my energy back, and now that I'm back in my body energetically, like completely, I see and feel how depleted I am, how low my vibrational energy is, because I just needed that time. So over the past 2 days, I've been nursing myself back to health, replenishing, nourishing myself. But like Tuesday, I could barely get myself off the couch. I didn't want to be in my bed all day, so I laid on the couch, and it was hard, and I had to really confront this resistance to rest. And it's interesting because as a Taurus sun and a Taurus moon under this Taurus full moon, I couldn't help but observe I love to work. I love the work that I do. I'm building a life where I literally get to do what I love every day, and that's an absolute blessing, and I'm so grateful for that. I have no chill sometimes. Like, I will work, and then the pendulum swings, and then I rest really hard. It's not always in moderation, and that's like a lesson that I have to keep myself accountable. Like, I have to learn that lesson over and over again, because this is what happens. I burn myself out, and then I have no choice. I'm being forced to rest. And it's interesting because it brings up this fear in me that if I stop working, everything's gonna fall apart. And I had no choice but to confront that and really release that, because to be honest, like, I was making money while I was resting, and I had to like observe that and see like, oh, these things that I'm working so hard on, they're paying off. And so I'm grateful for that opportunity to like observe that stress that I had in like my first day of being out sick, and like let it go, so that I can like pour back into myself, so I can show up in this work doing what I love every day in the vibration that I want to. Because if you're hearing this and this resonates with you, then maybe you feel similarly, like you're creating something meaningful and you love it, but there is this fear that it's like not going to work out, or that if you stop even just for like a day or two, like everything falls apart. And it's just not the case. It was a challenging thing for me, but I moved through it, and I gave myself permission to like really nourish myself and nurture myself. As I started to feel a little bit better yesterday afternoon, I like allowed myself to not sit in front of my laptop and catch up on work, but to like create. And I started a new project, like art project, as I started to have a little bit more energy, because I don't let myself do that as much as I would love to. And I felt so good emotionally and mentally as I started to physically feel better yesterday too. And another thing that I love to do is read the cards. So I wanted to pull collective cards for us today. Under this Taurus full moon, we're still feeling it. And I feel like the message is already, and this is because this is a message that I need, to come back to the present. And so that's the intention that I'm setting for this reading today. And I want you to come back to the present moment with me and just arrive. And so I want you to take a deep breath with me. The flame just was going crazy. I want you to take a deep breath with me. We're going to pull a message here today for the collective. What message do you have for the collective? I'm already connecting with this energy of it looks and feels like a river, but it's not necessarily water. It feels more energetic in how I'm connecting with it. This flow of energy. It's interesting because I'm like connecting with this, it's almost like a vibration, this flow of energy. And it's always present. It's forever moving, and it is moving. It's like a river. It's like a flowing river of energy. And I think when we're in the present moment, we can allow ourselves to tap into this. It's like life force energy. Which it's funny because like when I was really sick on Tuesday, I realized like it felt like I had energy stuck in me. Like I had to move the energy, and like energy wants to move. It doesn't want to feel stuck or stagnant. So I'm connecting with that right now. And when that energy moves, it feels really good. It feels like a release. It feels like relief. What message do we have for the collective spirit? Bodhisattva, awakening, yeah. Powerful lessons to learn from Bodhisattva, the Buddha, because it is in the present moment that they find awakening, awareness. We also have Bridget, hearth. This came up the last time I did a collective reading as well. The energy is really present. This feels really simple in the sense that even like the most simplistic things are the most challenging, right? Like even like moments when we are forced to rest, which you do not need to earn rest. You just rest when you need it. But we fight that, right? We fight the resistance to the most simple things. Like rest is productive. Rest allows us the space to replenish. And even the most simple things like rest or being present in the moment and focusing on the things that bring us warmth and the sense of home and hearth, the safety in that, the simple joy of that, we often resist it, but it's always present to us, especially when we just arrive in the present moment. And this resistance, this is something that I pick up a lot in myself. I pick it up in the collective over the past month. Just for myself, I felt a lot of resistance in the people around me, in opportunities, like things just like not working out, things falling through, and people not showing up, people needing to take their energy back, right? there's a lot of this receding. I feel it, and it's a powerful lesson to me. When I started to notice it too was in clients. Like, clients would be booking with me, and then there was like this mass cancellation. Like, everyone canceled, and I was like, whoa, you know? And it was a little jarring at first. You know, as a self-employed person, it's just like a, oop, okay, cool, everyone's canceling. That sucks. Boy. But I also get it, and it gave me permission to do the same when I allowed myself to do that, even though it was forced upon me through illness. But another framing of that is this, like, coming back to the present moment in the self, and sometimes we resist it, and sometimes we're forced to go back. But it's really this window of awareness. It's this energy we always have access to. And it won't have to feel like such a fight if we can come back to this moment over and over again. What message do we have for the collective? When we spread our energy thin and we get to the point where we have to call our energy back to ourselves, we call our energy back to ourselves. That's a choice, right? It's the conscious choice in doing that makes the difference, that really works this magic. Because that's where your power is. You have so much power, more than you sometimes give yourself credit for. And when there's like a lot going on, because there is this, like, it almost feels like static noise, static energy, and it's all around us, you know? Like, there's so much noise, there's so much going on in the world, there's so much happening all at once, all the time. Actually, everything is happening all at once, all the time. Everything is possible. And it's how you direct your energy that is where your power is, right? What you choose to focus on, the thoughts that you think, the emotions that you feel, the goals that inform the empowered, inspired action that you take. That is where your energy is. And it is a conscious choice to do that. Sometimes, right, we're forced to take a step back and take our energy back as we're recovering from, you know, feeling burnt out or feeling sick, or we're just starting to feel the tension. When I feel that tension, when I feel that dis-ease, it feels like heat in my body. And excess heat in the body can breed more sickness and more burnout and this feeling of stress and weight. And I know, like, when I connect with this energy, right, it feels like on my shoulders. That's where I carry my stress and anxiety, in my back, in my shoulders, and in my neck. And, you know, that's honestly the discomfort that I felt that I was working through over the past couple days. And it was in my back, I felt it in my muscles and my arms, but it's really strong, like head and neck. Very Taurus, very on brand. But it is this conscious choice that we have to take to kind of pour back into ourselves. We have the Lovers here, the Page of Cups, the Six of Wands, the Emperor, and the Knight of Pentacles. I'm gonna sit with this for a second. There are these new emotions coming. There's like a new emotional experience that's coming in this stillness. And it's subtle at first. When you allow yourself to be in your energy, you start to feel those subtle shifts of what lights you up, what feels in alignment. This is what this is. When we take our energy back, we can come back into alignment. And we pour that compassion and that love back into ourselves. We start to nourish ourselves, right? Treat ourselves with kindness. Slow down. In that energy, we can reestablish this flow, this steady beat of our life, right? This underlying rhythm. Instead of being absorbed by the static around us, we can follow our own rhythm. And it's steady. And that's what creates this foundation for our life. And that is honestly our most authentic form of leadership in our life. I think when we can allow ourselves to be in our own rhythm, to be steady, and to come back to our confidence. You know, it's interesting, I had this thought in the shower yesterday. I was starting to feel better, and I was able to shower for the first time in a couple days, and I was just reflecting on how the shift in how I was feeling, and I was like, what does it even feel like to be confident? I don't even know if I remember what that feels like. I couldn't like access that feeling in that moment, but it was interesting because I had this conscious desire to want to. I don't know, this energy feels like a coming back online, like coming back into myself and just remembering of, I like my energy, I like being in my own company, I enjoy when I feel this reawakening of my simple joys, my pleasures of rest and being connected to myself, and I don't need to compromise that to feel productive or accomplished. And that's where this new spark of life comes from. And that's where authentic alignment and collaboration can come from as well. I have the Ace of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and Strength here as well. This is what happens when you come back into this optimal energy, of connecting to this life force energy, this prana. If you've ever done like breath work or Reiki or any kind of energy work, it helps you connect back to this flow, this life force energy. And then you, in that presence of that energy, you remember that it's with you always. You always have access to this life force energy. You're always connected. And when you can connect to that and you come back home to yourself, come back to the present moment, you are better able to reconnect with these things that light you up and feel in alignment to you, the things that mirror that back to you and connect with you authentically. And that's where we build authentically. That's where we can reconnect. This just feels like a recalibration energy of reminding us how important rest is on this journey of creation in all of its forms. Whether you are creating life, you're becoming a mom, whether you are creating a business, you're building a business, or just moving in alignment with this life that lights you up and feels creative and meaningful and purposeful. This life force energy, the Ace of Wands to me is very spiritual. The Suit of Wands is very spiritual. It's energetic. These energetic foundations, this life force energy, Yahweh, that we call into our life, this spark and creation, this Ace of this Wands energy, this fire energy, this creative energy is the fuel for all that we create through our thoughts, through our actions, and through our manifestations. And we have to tame this fire. We have to tend to this fire. Even we can boil this down even to your digestive fire. Your gut health is probably one of the most important things for you to be nurturing throughout your day through what you eat. It keeps your metabolism running so that you can be energized and have the energy to carry out your day, whatever you choose to do. And when you don't feel good, like I'm reflecting on this week, like when my gut feels out of whack, I feel like out of whack. I cannot do anything, okay? I cannot feel good, because that energy of feeling good and feeling in alignment is what feeds everything that I do. And there's something so pleasurable too here about this flame, this spark. And let it be pleasurable. This feels like a falling back in love with life. Fall in love with life every day. Fall in love with your life every moment of every day. You know, as I was moving through that fear in this week of everything's gonna fall apart if I'm not doing it, well, it didn't. And actually I made money while I was resting. And just in seeing that, you know, I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, I'm really grateful for that. I'm so grateful for all of the work that I've put in, and I'm grateful for this time of rest so that I can see that what I'm creating is yielding, it is growing, there is growth here. And I'm grateful that there's money in my account. I'm grateful that I can cover those bills. I'm grateful that I can rest in ease right now, and I don't have to exert more energy right now to make it happen. I am moving out of survival and I am arriving to the present, where everything is taken care of right now for me in this moment. And it unlocks this new vibration. It unlocks this, it allows me to connect to this flow of life force energy that is always present. And when I remember that it is always present to me, I can connect to that energy and it takes me where I need to go. I think it's a little blue jay. So I'm grateful for that. Yeah, there is this new energy here, the Fool at the bottom of the deck. And from the Sacred Creators Oracle, I have shift the way to new potential. Yeah, shift your energy. Connect to that life force energy, connect to the vibration that you want to be in, and that's going to take you. It's like a current. You don't always have to do so much, right? We don't have to be constantly doing. We have to put our energy in, put that energy out there. We exert inspired action, and then we balance that with rest. Cozy up with risk. Fire. And that does feel like a risk. This feels like trust. Like, can you trust this fire? Can you trust this burning? And can you listen to your gut? Can you listen to that digestive fire? Can you listen to this spark and know that it's going to take you where it needs to go, this life force energy. It's going to inspire you and show you the path. And you have to be in right relationship with yourself and to be embodied in that too, in order to hear it, in order to listen to it, and to feel it. And when you're not in the present moment, you're not going to feel it. Come back to the present. Bring your energy back and connect with the confidence within that fire as well. I think I'm still recovering a little bit from this, but I definitely wanted, from my week of being out and healing, and this is a message that I need to receive for myself. So thanks for watching. I hope it served you. If you are new here, welcome. I like to drop a collective reading every once in a while. My name's Jill. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist and intuitive. I am devoted to being of service to you. If you're interested in any of my work, you can go to my website, Becoming Home Healing Co. There's a couple free resources on my website. If you are building a business or working to get organized in your goals, you can download a free copy of my Abundance Mindset Business Planning document in my weekly success map. I also have some guided meditations that you can download off of my website if you are interested in the mindfulness work that I offer. I love this work, and hypnosis is my modality. The mind is so powerful, and I want you to feel really good in yourself every day as much as possible. And that's what inspires me to do this work, because I want that for myself and I want that for you. And I know that it is a daily devotion and dedication, and it is spiritual in my experience. And the more that you can connect with yourself, the more that you can really know yourself, the more empowered you can feel in your day-to-day life to create the life that you want, because you deserve the life that you want, simply because you want it. You are innately worthy and deserving of it. I want you to know that and to remember that each and every day. And so I'm here for you. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook as well. My books are open. I take clients in person and virtually. And if you're interested in trying some of these services, I do offer every week via Zoom. We have a group guided meditation and group hypnosis gathering. We connect over Zoom and as a collective talk about our experience in life and use hypnosis to get us into that really deep meditative state and just receive. I want you to receive so much peace and ease, and that's what I offer. And if you sign up for the collective, which is unlimited access to that group gathering via Zoom, you get a free tarot reading this month as well. So if that interests you, you can go on my website and sign up. Otherwise, you can stay tuned here for more collective readings. I love you so much, and it is cold and flu season, so make sure you're taking care of yourself, pour into yourself. Don't wait till you're sick to take care of yourself. Learn from me, and I wish you well. Until next time.